When we're trying to film a trick and it's not going well, you know, it's taking hours, it's like a very special and unique kind of like madness that we experience. I think the main thing that goes through our minds is, I know how to do this, why aren't I doing it?
Wow, what if I don't do this? Shoot myself.
In my mind, it's as clear as day what needs to be happening. When it comes time to like fly through there and like do the trick, whatever it is, slide the thing, grind the thing, like we just jump off, we just, you know, we puss out. Hundreds of times sometimes. It's like a level of self-hatred and like self-loathing. I don't know where else it exists because it's like so intense, it's like so physical and aggressive. We're like throwing our boards and screaming, we're sweating, we're tired, we're exerting ourselves. What we do is so important to us. When we fail at it, it's just so devastating. It's all for making these videos. And if you're like a serious pro skater, you take this stuff really seriously and you get really emotional about the things that you do, you know, like the tricks you do. It's just like pure devastation, I think, that makes us like, I don't know, lose our minds.
Like the album is to the musician, or the building to an architect, the video part is to the skateboarder. And even though the typical part is roughly only 3 minutes of edited footage, it can take years of absolute torture to film a proper one at least. If there's one rule about a video part, it's that it better be amazing. Because for the pro skateboarder, his entire existence is riding on it. In the early days of skateboarding, there was only one way to become a professional skateboarder: competition. The biggest names were the skaters who won the most contests.
If you were going to turn pro at the time that I did, basically you had to reach the top of the amateur ranks in competition, and a lot of the times it was only up to you. It didn't matter who your sponsor was or what they thought of it. You just checked the pro box in the entry form and boom, you're pro.
But in the mid-1980s, when VCRs were just becoming popular, Stacy Peralta made the first skate videos featuring the Powell Peralta skate team. These videos would revolutionize skateboarding forever by introducing the very first video superstars.
When we made the first videos, it just seemed like an experiment. There were relatively few consumer video cameras at all. And so when Stacy came up with the idea of making a video, we were excited, but we didn't really think of it as some sort of breakout promotional tool. You know, it was just more of an experiment for us.
One of the really cool things about skate films is like when they first came out was it was your only real way to see skateboarding in motion aside from seeing it in person.
For everybody, it was the link that brought everybody together. Skateboarding wasn't on television very often, so a video was basically, it was the truth.
Skaters are completely enveloped and almost like addicted to and obsessed with skating. If you're not out doing it, you want to be thinking about it and you just throw videos in and watch it.
When these videos came out, it was like the Zeppelin album. You looked at the box, you studied it, you memorized all the words, you really spent time with this stuff.
I used to watch all the early Powell videos. Even though I was a 13-year-old kid, I was almost like a 5-year-old kid where I could watch the same thing 100,000 times. I was just so stoked to watch Lance skate.
I think that the videos definitely gave Lance an audience that maybe he didn't have before. Because before those videos, everything was about your contest placings. But once he did the videos, people saw that he had a personality and he was creating these new styles of skating, and people really ate it up. They loved it.
On the Bones Brigade video show, he did all the funny skits. He rode off the roof and was eating the banana, and like, it was him skating through town. He was the first pro skater you got to know through a video, for sure.
I think people felt that skating was more accessible through someone like Lance when they would watch a video. He was skating the curb out front and doing stuff that wasn't impossibly hard, but he made it look fun.
The people that were making the videos were so high budget. It was either Powell Peralta or Santa Cruz. They were insane. You know what I mean? It was you know, there was acting.
No way! Check that out!
They were all shot on film, and they were really intense.
You either had movie equipment, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of budget, or you didn't do anything. And then there was the VHS camera.
In the late 1980s and early 90s, with the advent of the first commercially available video cameras, Hollywood lost its monopoly on movie making. Along with the rest of the world, skateboarders joined in the filming craze, and it wasn't long before the skate industry entered the fray.
Tony told me the story of going and watching Animal Chin with Mike Chernasky. Mike could not stop talking about wanting to make their version of Animal Chin, but they also were like, we are so broke, we don't have any money.
Is this even possible? Can we buy a VHS camera and make a skateboard video and somehow have that be cool and interesting? No, you can't be comparable to what Powell had done, but we really wanted to, and we were gonna do it just come hell or high water.
H Street, Shackle Me Not, and Hocus Pocus, they really did it for me. Those were the two videos that really inspired me.
I think that we figured that if we show something that's more authentic, more real, showing skateboarding more for what it is right now, that would maybe contribute something just different, you know.
It wasn't high budget, but you saw skateboarding and it was so much more real, and I think that's what like finally made that connection. You could go out and like borrow your dad's camera and you could edit something on a VCR.
Everyone got video cameras and everyone could go out there and spend as much time to get that one thing, and that's changed Powell's from leading videos to H Street.
The H Street videos were the first of its kind in that some of the tricks done in those were only done that one time. I mean, obviously skating has evolved and those tricks are now a little more commonplace, but at the time, that was it. He did that one time. We got it on video. Boom. It's out there.
Shackle Me Not was one of those instrumental videos that kind of made people realize that maybe video parts are important. Matt Hensley was a definitive example of how relevant somebody could be without being a competitive skateboarder. He became the biggest iconic skateboarder of all time as far as people trying to emulate one person in skateboarding so distinctly to his fashion style, his every little detail.
He just had like a certain like look about him, you know? He has like cargo shorts, a chain wallet, there's like stuff to like attach to. This dude's different and his skating's different and he's doing his own thing and like this is my favorite guy, you know?
Hensley, never won any contests. Hensley was selling 5 times as many boards as I was selling at H Street.
Hensley was the dude. Why? There was other guys doing way better stuff, jumping ladders and things. I remember the ladder jump, whoever that might have been. How do I not know who that guy is? Because he wasn't Hensley.
Filming for the first H Street video was great. I didn't know, we obviously at the time didn't know it was gonna like kind of stand up and it was gonna like be as big a deal as it was.
With the popularity of the H Street videos, Matt Hensley was established as one of the most influential skaters of the era. With each video that followed, the public expected to see bigger and better tricks, and those who were able to deliver time and again became the new superstars.